And fans, for those fans who are still around, make sure that you vote for MVPs at the merch table and get your beers on. The last beers will be sold at halftime of this bout. We are clearing out in the first half and at halftime. No beers are going to be sold in the second half.
Lights out means we're closing, so everybody out.
That's right, closing time, last bout. Mood music. I know. One more game, I know.
I'm just kidding. Please stay. We love you. We don't want you to go.
So in case you are new to the venue, friends, Ability 360 has their lights on a timer, and at 5 o'clock promptly every day the lights do turn off. We'll get them turned back on, though, no worries. Unless you guys want to play acoustic roller derby, which is also an option. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our final bout of Cactus Cup. Derby fans, we are so happy that you have kept on with us. We are going to be watching our friends, the Arizona Rising B team versus the Baja Roller Derby B team, all the way from Baja, Mexico. Really quick, we have Almeida, number 3, Pony, number 8, Shyla, number 10, Koshu, number 110, Queen V, number 13, Venvinoville, number 131, number 16, Carly Quinn, number 18, Rich Bitch, number 31, Janibal, number 4, Mariella, number AK47, number 5, Valerito, number 53, Brown Sugar, number 60, Black Diamond, number 70, Lex Pistols, number 93, Sandrine, and 247 Guy, coached today by Mahatma Montes.
And for Arizona Rising, Arizona's B team, we have Ham Wheezy, number 008, Chelsea Winkle, number 01, Zero Fox, number 0, Frida, number 10, Kapulani Kaupuiki, number 12, Sassy Mean Claudine, number 1547, RC Autobot, number 21, Corona Slammer, number 211, Clever Derby name, number 218, I love that. Slam, number 24, R. Colts, number 33, Helga Hufflepunk, 394, Captain Jack, number 420, Ammunition, number 45, Wilhelm, number 55, Rocky Bonobo, number 7, Violet Assaults, number 901, and Nicole Leduc, your captain, number 921.
All right, on the track, Pony, lead jammer for Baja Roller Derby, followed by Helga Hufflepunk with the Helmet Star Stash. Pony already having 4 points on the board. Gets maybe 1 or 2 more points and calls it off.
Real quickly, want to give a shout out to the Arizona Rising coaches, Frenchie, Hatebit, Fred Nuts, and Billy Motion. Thank you to all of the coaches who traveled with their teams this weekend to be here at our tournaments.
Thankfully, because it's home turf, they didn't have to travel far for us.
It's like 5 points for Baja so far, 0 for Arizona. Frida jamming for Arizona. Brown Sugar for Baja, getting out and getting that lead jammer status.
Frida not letting Brown Sugar out of her sights.
Frida sneaking along the inside there.
One in the air for Arizona.
No points for Baja. It's always very, feels good when your team is able to sneak their jammer in there even when you're not lead.
That's right. Anytime you can get a positive differential and you were not the lead jammer is a win. So as I mentioned before, Baja is kind of a wild card. They are brand new to the WIFTDA accreditation system. They are unranked, but they are ranked 3rd in the country of Mexico. So, and they have definitely proven themselves to be worthy competitors at this tournament. So it'll be really interesting to see where their team lines up with our team here.
Yeah, we've seen them just really bringing it this weekend. Baja Roller Derby always doing some good stuff in each of their games this weekend. And currently recycling Zero Fox to the back. Zero Fox jamming for Arizona. Janable for Baja Roller Derby.
Janable also getting recycled back to the straightaway. No lead jammer yet. We're still sort of waiting for that whistle. There we go. Lead jammer for Janable from Baja.
Janable's throwing a hard shoulder rather than be taken down by an Arizona defender. Said, no, I think I'll just take this lane. Thank you very much. Janable now going against a strong Arizona wall. Looking for an opening on the outside. One blocker left to contend with, but now Arizona recycling around Janable. Janable able to skip past the final blocker and calls that jam off.
Quick 4 points for Baja Roller Derby, bringing them to 9. Arizona's still sitting at 1. About 26.5 minutes left in this first half of this final game. Again, please remember to vote for your MVPs over at the concession table, as well as if you are a drinker, the beer is going to dry up very soon, so get your beers before halftime. On the line, we've got Pony jamming for Baja and Sassy Mean Claudine for Arizona. Pack really mixed up. Neither team really with a defensive wall. Arizona getting blown by Pony at the front of the pack.
Sassy Mean Claudine out of the pack now as well, wanting to put the pressure on and hopefully force that call off.
Pony telling her team to get up there so she can get a point, which is exactly what happens. Pony gets 1 point and it looks like also heads to the penalty box. This will be a power start in favor of Arizona Rising and Helga Hufflepunk.
We've seen some really great things from Helga Hufflepunk this weekend so far, so Arizona sending Punk out there to do the honors and start out their power jam is a strategic call on the part of Arizona. Currently, Arizona sitting at 1 point with Baja Roller Derby at 10. We'll see if Arizona can take advantage. Lots of momentum off the line here from Helga Hufflepunk, barreling into those Baja defenders. Looking for a hole on the outside, not quite finding one.
If anyone can capitalize on a power jam, it's Hufflepunk, but Baja putting up a heck of a fight, able to reform in front of Hufflepunk with just some lightning quickness.
Baja Roller Derby, really strong power defense happening here. But Helga Hufflepunk is able to make it by, finally, those final defenders in the front and attain the lead jammer status for Arizona. Now we have the Baja jammer also sprung loose from the box.
It did take her about the full 30 seconds to get that lead jammer status. Really effective penalty kill by Baja.
Helga Hufflepunk looking for some feedback from her bench, being told to bleed the clock a little bit before calling that jam off.
It looks like a 2 to 4 differential in favor of Arizona for that jam.
Basically, we've got 2 points closing the gap for Arizona. Arizona trying to get closer to that score. Baja currently at 12, Arizona at 5.
We've got Frida jamming for the Arizona Rising B team. Brown Sugar jamming for Baja. Brown Sugar at the front of the pack with 1 to beat, and she is your lead jammer. Frida taking off the helmet cover, trying to push her way through the pack. Meeting a strong, resistant, inverted triangle. That was a very quick jam.
Seems like
0-0 there. 12 on the board for Baja, 5 for Arizona. 23 minutes left in this half. I see Zero Fox lining up for Arizona. And looks like Jannibal lining up for Baja. Jannibal up at the front of the pack with a very strong tripod. Arizona at a slight pack disadvantage. They have 1 blocker in the box.
Really strong structures built by each team here, and the pack getting really spread out. Finally, Jannibal making it past those blockers in the front as they are getting dangerously close to being out of the engagement zone. Jannibal coming around looking for points.
Arizona not able to, Arizona not able to settle. Peace Slam takes a piece out of Jannibal and forces that call off.
Three points on the board for Baja during that jam, bringing Baja to 15, Arizona at 5. We've got a 10-point lead for Baja.
Sassy Mean Claudine at the front of the pack trying to get through. Pony fighting her way through the back wall. Pony able to sneak through on the inside, and she is your lead jammer for Baja. Claw with the hat, or with the star off of her helmet.
Successful star stash by Sassy Mean. Able to stop that bleeding there and force the Baja call off. Three points on the board for Baja, bringing them to 18 points. Arizona with 5. 13-point lead for Baja.
So interesting fact, so this is the B team's 4th game for Arizona for the weekend. This is the Baja B team's 2nd game for the weekend.
And we've got a jammer race, folks. Brown Sugar out lead for Baja with Helga Hufflepunk not far behind at all. Baja trying to score some points here while Helga Hufflepunk is actually almost pushing ahead but being recycled to the back. Brown Sugar goes ahead and calls that jam off before surrendering any further points. We will see what the officials say. 4 points for Baja in that jam, 1 for Arizona.
Arizona in a little bit of penalty trouble. Has started out with 2 blockers in the box in that jam. 1 blocker still in the box now. Just a couple of seconds left for that blocker. Still, we want to get both teams up to full strength to really see what we can do. Baja Roller Derby, though, increasing at that lead, chipping away, making sure that they're putting enough buffer on that scoreboard.
Frida for Arizona and Jannibal for Baja. Jannibal making lead jammer right out of the line. Lead jammer for Baja coming around for points. Frida is now also out of the pack. Jannibal taken down hard by a shoulder check from a strong Arizona defender, number 33.
That's Ryan Cole's little smile too, as she just like stops people.
She was talking to me and giving me some flat track info on the benches earlier. She's really nice. You wouldn't think it from that shoulder check.
No, she's very friendly unless you're a blocker on the other team, yeah.
Very friendly. The shoulder's not so friendly.
Yeah.
That's the balance you want to have, though. You want to be a nice person in Derby, but you want people to be afraid of your shoulders
just a little
and your
bit.
hips.
Exactly.
Zero Fox for Arizona and Pony for Baja. Pony taken to the infield and recycled back. Both jammers in close proximity. Everybody kind of crammed in together there, not an open lane in sight. Both jammers struggling to find space. Zero Fox finds it on the outside, grabs the lead jammer status, and comes on through, looking to close that gap for Arizona. Pony's still in the pack.
Arizona's B team jamming about 4 jammers regularly, Zero Fox being one of them. Baja really is just sticking with 3 jammers. They're going to rotate through Pony, Brown Sugar, and Jannable for the entire game. 4-0 jam in favor of Arizona, bringing the score to 10 for Arizona, 25 for Baja Roller Derby.
18 minutes left here in this first half. Still anybody's game. Baja Roller Derby 15 points up.
You know, Baja, their jammers really have a bit of a finesse to their skating. They don't really look tired or even perturbed much, and they are calling off the jams with some real precision. The minute they get any of that resistance and they've gotten their 4 points, they have no hesitation at calling it off. I think it's really going to serve them well to grow this lead just incrementally in these 4 and 8 point jams. Sassy Mean Claudine fighting through a tripod at the front of the pack. We've got Brown Sugar at the back, whoa, with 1 to beat at Kalaka at the front of the pack. Sassy Mean Claudine in point scoring position. Brown Sugar taking sure not to get that cut track penalty. Speaking of a cut track penalty, Sassy Mean Claudine headed to the penalty box for a cut track penalty. It looks like, both jammers gonna sit in the penalty box for probably
not very long.
Probably 5 seconds apiece, because we can't play roller derby without jammers. So Brown Sugar served a couple of seconds, and Sassy Mean Claudine will serve the same number of seconds, just so we can get back to derby. We will have a 2-minute jam, and we have about a minute left in it now. Both teams, both jammers, I believe, are in point scoring position now. So it'll just be a matter of how many times they can fight through and make trips around the track. Pack getting extremely stretched out. Brown Sugar with 2 to beat at the front of the pack, looking for a little bit of offensive help.
Yes, Brown Sugar receiving some consistent offense there.
Yeah, Sandrine bringing the hit from Baja. Both jammers now just in a foot race.
Really can make a big difference if you have a blocker who is committed to playing offense for your jammer in that situation where you really need to get your jammer out. If you have some successful offense, makes a huge difference. Both of these jammers in close proximity, struggling through the close-knit pack, and that's going to end the jam.
Looks like that is a 5-1 jam. 5 points for Arizona, 1 point for Baja. 2 minutes for 6 total points. Or no, I'm sorry, 5-1 total. Yeah, 2 minutes for 6 points. It's a lot of work.
Absolutely. Arizona closing that gap just a little bit. Arizona at 15, Baja at 26, 15 minutes remaining.
Oh, it looks like Arizona's going to call an official review. Hate Bit making the O.
Looks like it's an official, is it official timeout?
Official timeout? Not an official review?
I think, yes, it's an official timeout.
Okay.
Yep.
Good.
So neither team giving up an official review at this moment, just an official timeout so our wonderful revered referees can take a moment to discuss the goings on and make sure everything is all sorted out for everybody.
And actually, I would be remiss if I didn't list who we've got helping us out at this bout. We have on skates, we have Pac-Man Denominator, Killikee, Snow, Margie Ram, Captain Left Hook, and Professor Harm. And then our non-skating officials, we have Fickle Bitch, Molly Horman, Wreck-It Ray, Mr. Woody, Smacky Kennedy, Elder Horman, Freddie Cougar, Scary Beach Jesus, and Lick Starmaker.
And if you are in awe of how roller derby connects us around the world, roller derby really connects us in all kinds of ways. Molly Horman used to skate bank track for my league, and she is the one who connected me and got me announcing at this bout. So shout out to Molly Horman for being awesome in every single way.
Yay! Molly Horman, also head NSO of this tournament, and really just kicking so much butt, doing all the things with the clipboards.
Oh my God, you've seen Molly Horman ref, but if you've never seen her do an apex jump, then You've missed out, honestly.
You know, she did teach me how to apex jump, and it was the best day ever.
The best day. The actual best day.
The actual best day. All right, so I'm seeing, it looks like we might be ready to go soon. Yep, next missile does start the jam. I see the Baja Jammer in the box. I believe that's Brown Sugar, although I could be mistaken. And Helga Hufflepunk in that power jam position.
Helga Hufflepunk getting some momentum there right off the bat. Finding that open lane, denying that blocker who tried to shut her down. She has achieved lead jammer status for Arizona.
Say, if anyone can close the gap on the scoreboard in this game, it's Helga Hufflepunk. Gets hit to the outside, pulled back a little bit by number 4 on Baja. That would be Mariella.
Punk able to cling to the inside. Now coming around for more points. Committing to the lane, making it through that last blocker. We've got Brown Sugar back on the track now in a scoring position for Baja. Helga Hufflepunk gonna try to continue to close that gap. Ooh, got some hard hits at the end of this jam here as Helga Hufflepunk calls that jam off.
It's a big 8-point jam for Arizona. Now, definitely within striking distance. We have a 3-point game, Derby fans.
Absolutely. There's really nothing more you can ask for than a 2-day tournament that ends with 2 games that are nail biters. So we are having a fantastic way to wrap up our Cactus Cup tournament. First ever tournament, international, right here in Arizona.
That's right. Cactus Cup, Cactus Cup will be not one easily forgotten, that's for sure. We have Jannibal going up against Frida. Frida is lead jammer for the Arizona Arizona Rising.
Frida says, only 3 points to close that gap? Well, don't mind if I, take a shot at that. Frida fighting with the final Baja blockers, makes it by on a scoring pass, picking up those points for Arizona and closing that gap.
That's right, we do have a lead change. If you have a beverage in front of you, now is the time to drink it.
Cheers, everybody. Jannibal also through and in a scoring position. Frida making it past the final blockers. Blockers who continually recycle.
A little bit like the Energizer Bunny there with those Baja blockers. You think you passed it, one, and another one rushes up.
It's the scariest thing as a jammer when the blockers just keep coming and keep coming and keep coming. You're like, I'm passed. No, you're not.
You know, we call that when you get hit out and recycled back mercilessly. When we learn about that, it's called the soul crush.
Oh, I can see that.
Yeah, I feel like that's a version of that where you're like, I passed you already. Why are you still here?
There's a version of that in bank track. If you get hit really hard to the rail, there's a rail that keeps you from falling out the top of the track, and you get hit right in the stomach. Somebody hits you real hard against the rail. That's when, blockers will tell each other, you want to hit that jammer so hard that the jammer asks themselves, why do I play roller derby? Similarly soul crushing.
When they want to question their life choices.
Yes, the life choices questioning hits.
Yeah.
That hit, we've all experienced it in roller derby.
Oh, definitely. Looks like we have a timeout for Baja. Maybe taking a minute to collect ourselves with that lead change. Big 8-2 jam in favor of Arizona. Bringing our score, Arizona at 31, Baja with 28. About 12 and a half minutes left in this first half of this last game of our first ever Cactus Cup. We will be having another tournament in June that is Monsoon Madness. That'll be our second annual Monsoon Madness because we just love tournaments.
12 minutes remaining in this half. If you haven't gotten your beer yet, make sure you go and get your beer before it all dries up at halftime, okay?
I do love that we have transcontinental cheering. Our Australian friends are cheering for our Baja friends. That is fantastic.
Yes.
Back on the track, we have Zero Fox going up against Pony for Baja.
Pony making it out and getting lead jammer status for Baja.
Only
Zero
Only-
Fox struggling with some of the Baja defenders.
Only 3 points separate these two teams. Looks like blocking with the head is being called on Zero Fox, so she's going to cool her heels for a second. Actually joining Pony in the box. So we're going to have a quick jammer switch off. Another 2-minute jam. This is actually, I think, the second time we've had this now where both jammers have gone to the box and then been released into this 2-minute jam situation.
Zero Fox with some good awareness there. Recycles behind the blockers whose position she had to honor, but makes sure to get back on the track in an appropriate moment. Pony is coming around in a scoring position. Makes it through the pack. Picks up some more points for Baja Roller Derby. Zero Fox has removed the star, trying to make it past the Baja defenders, but unfortunately picks up a track cut penalty,
Fox
stepping into the infield there.
Trying to be a little jukey, and I think maybe juked a little too far out without coming back in again correctly. This is a lead change in favor of Baja. We are 40-31 at the moment. The jam is not over. We still have 22 seconds. Pony could rack up another 4 points or so.
Got a power defense structure built by Arizona in the front there, unfortunately leaving a lane open and allowing Pony to make it through there.
Yeah, there was a little bit of a juke to the outside and then straight to that inside open lane that Pony was able to take. When the dust settles, it looks like that is a 20-point jam for Baja Roller Derby, bringing their score to 48. Arizona rising 31. 10 minutes left in the half.
So we do see a lead change, and I'm expecting several more of those before this bout is over.
Oh, definitely. I mean, even if it's not in this half, you know that the teams are going to come back a little bit more organized, maybe a little bit more precise and tighter. So yeah, if not in the first half, at least more in the second half. Sassy Mean Claudine out to lead jammer status at turn 1. Jannibal jamming for Baja.
Sassy Mean seeing some open spaces made for her by her blockers, able to get through the pack, pick up those points real quick, call it off in a precise manner, and attempt to prevent any points being picked up by Baja. And it looks like that was successful. 4 points for Arizona, no points for Baja in that jam. Arizona's at 35, Baja at 48.
Arizona trying to answer back from that big Baja jam. Just going to chip away at it, hopefully 4 points at a time if they can swing it.
Brown Sugar for Baja and Helga Hufflepunk for Arizona. Brown Sugar making it to the front right away, out and with that lead jammer status. Helga Hufflepunk nearly out in the front and taken to the infield by the Baja defense.
Arizona skating a little bit short. Chelsea Winkle in the box, headed to the track in probably about 10 seconds here. Ryan Colt's headed to the penalty box.
Brown Sugar making it through the pack again, picking up 4 points for Baja, widening that gap a bit, but Helga Hufflepunk is now out of the pack as well, in a scoring position and ready to put some pressure on. Brown Sugar hop, skip, and a jump on the inside there, makes it through on that scoring pass and calls the jam off. 8 points for Baja in that jam, 0 points for Arizona. Baja at 56, Arizona at 35.
So is that a 21-point game? Ooh, that is going to be
Still close.
still very close. Arizona's going to have to work at chipping away at that, though. That was 8 unanswered points in that jam. Arizona's still with a disadvantage. Ryan Colt's headed in the penalty box. We have Pony jamming against Frida. Pony out to a quick lead jammer status. Frida able to escape the pack relatively quickly as well. Big hit out by P-Slam as Pony calls it off. Looks like that is a grand total of 1 point for Baja.
Want to give a shout out to Shirley Temple of Doom if you're listening to this live stream. Becker Recker loves you. Zero Fox for Arizona and Janibal for Baja. Both jammers stuck behind defensive structures. Zero Fox taking a tumble and still being held by the strong Baja defense.
There are just bodies hitting the floor all over turn 1 and 2, as well as a lot of whistles. When the dust settles, though, Janibal is your lead jammer. Zero Fox in hot pursuit. Teams trying to figure out what defensive shape to make here. Janibal gets through before Arizona has time to regroup for 4 points for Baja. Looks like we have an official timeout. Make sure all of our I's are dotted, T's are crossed. Paperwork looks good. Reminder for everyone to please vote for your team MVPs over at the merch table. And you have 5 minutes before our beer will be no more. We are not selling in the second half of this game, so make sure to head over to our beer garden and grab some beer.
And thankfully, there will be plenty of beer at Angel's Trumpet Ale House, which is where we're having our after party tonight after all of our bouts are finished. So make sure you head on over to Angel's Trumpet Ale House and pick up some beer and some delicious food, including salads, pizzas, flatbreads. Get yourself some food and some beer after. Come party with all of us. We're underway with Sassy Mean jamming for Arizona and Brown Sugar for Baja. Sassy Mean making it to the front of the pack, getting lead jammer status for Arizona. Brown Sugar out of the pack as well, about a half track behind. Sassy Mean eyeing the pack. Everybody skating fast, trying to avoid being points here. Sassy Mean trying to pick up some points for Arizona. Everything moving so quickly, having to call that jam off rather than surrender any points.
I know it looks like Sassy Mean Claudia is looking for some offense from her team, but honestly, Baja was just running so fast that there was not really an opportunity for them to get any points for her in that run.
Lots of running, lots of sprinting in that jam. 0 point jam though. Nobody made any point progress there. Arizona 35, Baja 61.
Looks like we have Pony jamming for Baja and Helga Hufflepunk for Arizona. Pony is your lead jammer.
Helga Hufflepunk also spying an opening on the outside, saying no thank you to the blocker that tries to take her out, and continuing on her way. Let's see here, the Baja jammer trying to call the jam off, but being called for a penalty and getting sent to the penalty box, making this a power jam for Arizona. Helga Hufflepunk, only jammer on the track here, trying to make some points for Arizona.
With one more to beat, she gets through, is 4 points richer for the effort. Helga Hufflepunk looking for a little bit of offense, not getting it at the moment. Multiplayer being called on Baja number 60, that is Black Diamond. Both jammers in the pack now. Pack advantage for Arizona though. 4 blockers on the track. Helga Hufflepunk trying to push through that inverted triangle at turn 4. About 30 seconds left in this 2-minute jam.
Little gap on the inside, and Helga Hufflepunk takes advantage and makes it through the pack for another scoring pass for Arizona.
Pony almost escaping, but gets hit out and recycled back by Corona Slam her.
And another scoring pass by Helga Hufflepunk. She is coming through back to the pack, seeing just how many more points she can pick up for Arizona and try to keep closing this gap here.
Down to our last couple of seconds. Was she able to get all 4? No, she was not. Oh, yes, she was.
Looks like 2 points for Baja on that jam, bringing them to 63. Arizona closing the gap with Helga Hufflepunk's 16-point jam, bringing Arizona Rising to 51 points. 12-point game here with 2 minutes left in the first half.
Huge jam. Helga Hufflepunk almost single-handedly bringing us back into contention here. 12-point game now. Frida jamming for Arizona Rising. Jannibal jamming for Baja roller derby. Jannibal doing a great job of making sure she doesn't get that cut track penalty. Frida, your lead jammer for Arizona. Kalaka recycling Jannibal back almost to the jammer line.
Jannibal struggling around those Arizona blockers in the front as Frida finds an open lane and makes it out on another scoring pass. Jannibal looking for an offensive assist and still being held by the Arizona defense as Frida skates on through.
That was a beautiful apex jump there by Frida. On the board with 8 points currently and about a minute left in this jam.
Arizona so far successfully beginning to close this gap here, bring it back to a game differentiated by several points. Frida makes it by on the inside, picking up some more points here. Frida still in that lead jammer position. Frida in control of this jam.
Looks like we have had a star pass. Koshu, the pivot turn jammer for Baja. Pack is speeding up. It looks like Arizona trying to protect their points.
We're just skating laps now.
We're just skating laps now. Yep. It's just like your local roller rink, just with more padding. Huge 12-point jam for Arizona. Friends, we have a tie game.
And with about 25 seconds left in this half, it's a tied game. I don't know if getting a beer at a tied game is a thing, but if it's not, it should be. And it's your last opportunity to get a beer with only about less than 20 seconds remaining in this half.
Run up right now in the last 10 seconds.
Run!
All right, Zero Fox jamming against Brown Sugar. Ooh, Brown Sugar out to an early lead jammer status, getting the business from Corona Slammer at the front of the pack, though. It looks like a cut track being called on Brown Sugar, probably on the infield there. This is going to give Zero Fox 30 seconds unopposed.
Three blockers were holding Zero Fox. One blocker sent to the penalty box. Zero Fox taken down by a hard hit. Zero Fox still trying to capitalize on this power jam scenario. Finally able to make it past most of those Baja blockers.
Baja blockers are headed to the box with some regularity, though. I've seen a forearm call as well as, I believe it was a multiplayer call.
Brown Sugar now sprung from the penalty box and out.
That was a great penalty kill by Baja, able to kind of delay Zero Fox from getting many points while their jammer was in the box.
Baja's recycling and rebuilding of their defensive structure is just quick as lightning. Got Brown Sugar looking at a scoring attempt. Zero Fox closing in behind. No lead jammer in this scenario.
About 15 seconds left in this 2-minute jam. Last jam of the half.
Brown Sugar able to make it through that pack. Zero Fox being held by Baja defense.
Oh, Brown Sugar almost able to stay inbounds, not quite successful. With that, we're gonna have our fourth whistle and halftime. Halftime score, a tie game. Baja Roller Derby 75, Arizona Rising 75.
Let's hear it for another nail biter game for our last game of Cactus Cup, ladies and gentlemen. If you like roller derby, let me hear your voices right now.
It looks like Arizona is going to call an official review, but you are welcome to go grab a beer and some concession. We will tell you what we find out.
Get it, babe.
All right, Derby fans, we are back at our final game of this Cactus Cup. Just to remind everyone, we have the Arizona Rising, that is our B team, going up against the Baja Roller Derby B team from Baja, Mexico. This is actually the fourth game that Arizona has played over the weekend. Arizona B team, excuse me, has played over the weekend. This is the second game for our friends from Baja. Score stands a squeaky tight. Baja at 78, Arizona at 75. Super technical, super tight game. We did start this half, or the intermission, the halftime, with an official review. I'm not sure where we ended up on that.
Still waiting to hear results on that one.
There may or may not be a spare ref to tell the announcers, so you can also choose your own adventure and make up what you think the official review is about. Tell them the announcer said you could.
Jannibal on the line for Baja and Helga Hufflepunk for Arizona at the beginning of the second half of our final game of Cactus Cup.
We get jammers hugging.
Oh, we love
Jannibal
it.
and Helga Hufflepunk, both super strong, effective jammers this entire weekend. Big scrummy pack. We've got Arizona headed to the front with Jannibal. Hufflepunk just behind them, behind a strong defensive wall of Baja blockers.
Helga Hufflepunk taken quite a ways back by a blocker moving quickly.
That was some lightning fast recycling there on Helga Hufflepunk. Lead jammer, though, is Jannibal for Baja.
Helga Hufflepunk out of the pack now as well in a scoring position. Jannibal bleeding that clock before calling the jam off, allowing for 4 points for Baja and no points for Arizona. And that I stand corrected, 1 point scored for Arizona, bringing Arizona to 76, Baja at 82. Slight lead for Baja with just under 30 minutes left in this game. Pony for Baja Roller Derby against Frida for Arizona. Pony getting pulled back. Frida, on the other hand, at the front of the pack, not finding an opening though. Trying the inside line, nothing doing. Finding an opening on the outside, and Frida is able to make it through and achieve lead jammer status for Arizona.
And we do have a 6-point game right now. Definitely anyone's game. Frida with 2 to beat at the front of the pack. Oh, and just blockers hitting the floor as Frida calls it off, getting her 4 points. We are now at a 2-point game. All right, on the track, we've got Brown Sugar jamming for Baja. Sassy Me and Claudine, your lead jammer for Arizona Roller Derby. All right, it looks like Sassy Me and Claudine getting hit to the inside by a contingent, a strong tripod of Baja blockers. We've got Brown Sugar still fighting her way through with 2 to beat at the front of the pack. Sassy Me and Claudine looking for maybe a little bit of offensive help from her team. Decides that we don't want to cut it too close and risk changing that score in the wrong direction. Let's call it off. That is 1 point for Arizona. We have a 1-point game, Becker. We have a 1-point game.
1-point game, closing that gap down to just 1 point.
I have a feeling this whole second half is going to be just trading points back and forth. Lots of lead changes.
1 point stolen here, 1 point stolen there. We will
Helga
see what happens.
Helga Hubblemunk and Jannibal facing off here. Jannibal getting pushed back on the outside. Baja blocker getting sent to the box for a multiplayer, but Jannibal is your lead jammer from Baja.
We've got a jammer raise. Helga Hubblepunk not too far behind Jannibal, as Jannibal is in a scoring position for Baja, looking to pick up as many points as possible and calling that jam off.
Quick 1 point for Baja. Still a 2-point game now. This is insane.
It's exactly as we predicted, Ravelin. We said, you know, maybe it'll be 1 point traded off here and there, and so far that's exactly what we're seeing happen.
I mean, if Arizona completes 1 scoring pass and gets 4 points, that'll be a lead change. That's how close this game is. We have Frida lining up, and I'm going to guess that that's Pony jamming for Baja.
Scoreboard would like to withhold that information from us. That is Pony.
It is Pony.
Pony for Baja.
Baja only has 3 jammers in their rotation, 3 very strong jammers. And so I hadn't seen Pony in a little while, so I was predicting it was her. She did just get a track cut penalty, so she is headed to the box for 30 seconds. Frida getting recycled back past the jammer line.
Looks like
this might have been a directional play getting called, directional penalty getting called on another Baja blocker. Frida just getting her soul crushed, getting recycled back and back. 2 Baja blockers on the track right now.
Arizona sucking back to play some offense and springing their jammer loose from that pack. Frida is now out and in a scoring position for Arizona. Star cover on, active jammer, ready to pick up some points from Arizona. Pony is back on the track through the pack, also in a scoring position.
Big hit on the straightaway by Baja blocker number 5, Valerito. Valerito also one of our skating referees when she is not playing. Apex jump successfully executed by Frida, although she did stumble at the end, she did land in bounds, giving Baja enough chance to recycle in front of her. This full 2-minute jam is just taking its toll on these skaters. Only 4 points on the board currently. Another apex jump for Frida as she puts her 4 points up. Ten seconds left in this jam. Both jammers really not getting a lot of purchase from either team. It looks like Baja does come out on top with 8 points for this jam to Arizona's 4. Total of 91 for Baja, 85 for Arizona.
Baja up by 6 points here with 23 minutes remaining. Still plenty of time for this game to go any direction. Got a stoppage in play. We've got a timeout being called by Baja.
Baja may be wanting to adjust their play a little bit. You know, that was a 4-8 jam. They did lose lead jammer there, so might want to just tighten up, calm down. It is the last game of the tournament. Make sure that we're all playing nice and smart.
So during this last bout of our tournament, if you're thinking that you need to see more roller derby, you haven't gotten enough roller derby in these couple of days. For more WFTDA roller derby, come to Arizona Roller Derby's May 11th game, Saturday, May 11th. Skate Riot Project going against Midnight Storm, followed by Valley Rollers versus Casa Grande. And if you cannot wait until May 11th, then come to the Arizona Derby Dames Bank Track Roller Derby on April 20th, Saturday, April 20th. Go to the ArizonaDerbyDames.com for more information. Right by the fairgrounds off the I-17 in McDowell, you can see Bank Track Roller Derby local right here in Arizona. We've got our playoffs on April 20th. We do have our jam underway. Brown Sugar for Baja and Sassy Mean for Arizona.
Pack up to a quick moving start. Both jammers in the back of the pack really just trying to find any hole that they can exploit here. Sassy Mean Claudine getting recycled back to the straightaway. Brown Sugar with a full contingent of Arizona blockers in her way. Looks like Baja blocker number 13, Queen Bee, headed to the penalty box.
Powerful defensive structures by each team here. Neither jammer making much progress. Looking for a clear lane, not really finding any openings here. Sassy Mean taken back by a singular Baja blocker.
Baja down to 2 blockers on the track now. Sassy Mean Claudine able to make it past and is your lead jammer. It did take about a minute to establish lead jammer for this jam. Baja coming back with a lot of focus from that timeout. 1 blocker to beat at the front of the pack, and Sassy Mean Claudine puts up 4 more points.
Sassy Mean living up to the name Sassy and Mean, shoulder checking that blocker right back and saying, excuse me, I've got places to go.
Places to go, points to get. Brown Sugar getting recycled back to the jam line, as Sassy Mean Claudine was able to step her way through turn 1 for 4 more points.
We got a lead change, folks. Arizona currently at 93, Baja at 91.
Arizona not done yet. We have 17 seconds left on the clock, and I believe that is a cut track being called on Brown Sugar. We will most likely start the next jam as a power jam for Arizona.
Very successful jam for Arizona. Great showing by Sassy Mean. We've got 12 points on the board. 12 points bringing Arizona to 97. Baja unanswered in that jam. Baja at 91 points. About 20 minutes left remaining. Got a 6-point game.
6-point game in official timeout. This is just what Arizona needs, this turnaround of that big jam for Sassy Mean Claudine to hopefully shift the favor, shift the momentum for them.
And with this official timeout, it gives both teams a chance to catch their breath. Arizona is going to send Helga Hufflepunk to the line to take that power jam for Arizona and hopefully continue to close that gap and put some points on the board for Arizona. Baja is going to want to hold down a strong power defense and try to hold this jammer from picking up any more points.
Putting Helga Hufflepunk out there on a power jam is the smart move, is the power move for Arizona. Arizona has 3 blockers on the track. Baja is going to have 2. We might have a Baja blocker fouling out. I see blocker de-gearing. So yeah, we'll have 2 blockers in the, blocker and a jammer in the box. 2 blockers and the jammer in the box from Baja. And so yeah, it looks like the pivot from the previous jam did foul out. For our uninitiated Derby fans, that is when a skater accumulates 7 penalties. Once they hit that 7th penalty, they are excused from the box, another skater takes their place, and they are invited to take their gear off and watch from the stands.
Very advantageous position starting out for Arizona here with a strong jammer on the line and only 2 opposing blockers from Baja. We will see if Arizona can take advantage of this power jam.
Those blockers are going to do their best to stop Helga Hufflepunk.
Those 2 blockers are strong and not going to be taken advantage of so easily, and even so, Helga Hufflepunk does make it past and has achieved lead jammer status.
Did look like there was a little bit of a face hit there. Helga Hufflepunk seems to have shaken it off. and has gotten 4 points for Arizona.
Power jam coming to an end as the Baja jammer Brown Sugar is coming onto the track as well. Punk taken down hard, big hits.
Big hit to the inside, number 60, Black Diamond, getting a penalty for it as well.
Punk seeing an opening there, jumping through on the inside for another scoring pass for Arizona. Brown Sugar just struggling with the Arizona defense. Arizona defense taking Brown Sugar to the outside and recycling back. Helga Hufflepunk pushing past the final Baja blocker for another scoring pass, really widening this point spread here.
And if the microphones don't pick it up, for each scoring pass that Helga Hufflepunk executes, the crowd does cheer 4 points to Hufflepunk. She is on the board with 16 points in this jam right now. Baja scoreless in this jam. Brown Sugar really getting no extra wiggle room at the front of the pack from the Arizona blockers. Hufflepunk is lead jammer, but has such a dominant position in this jam, she has not needed to call it off. That was the natural conclusion of the jam, as well as her calling it off. Huge 19-point jam for Arizona. All right, Frida jamming for Arizona. Sandrine, first time jamming in this half, in this game for Baja. I believe Sandrine has worn the pivot previously, but has not yet started with that jammer star on. Frida is your lead jammer. Oh, jumps the apex, gets a little bit of a tap in the air, but lands inbounds. Looks like we have a cut track on Sandrine. This is going to give Frida a power jam for the next 30 seconds. Frida able to find that inside line for 4 points. Lots of bodies there hitting the floor at the pivot line.
And that's the end of that jam. Looks like a total of 6 points picked up for Arizona in that jam, 0 points for Baja. Widening that gap, Arizona at 122, Baja at 91, 17 minutes left in the second half of our final game of Cactus Cup.
All right, on the jammer line, or wearing the jammer star, we have Zero Fox for Arizona at the front of the pack. Sandrine still with the jammer star on in the back of the pack. Getting through on that inside line, Sandrine is your lead jammer for Baja. I'm seeing some direction of play penalties, looks like being called on Baja blocker 31.
Sandrine able to find an opening on the outside, makes it pass.
Sandrine decides to call it off after getting her 4 points. Zero Fox did remove the star cover, possibly trying to get out or past the star, so that was a great strategy by Arizona to get that jam called off. We have a 27-point game. Pony jamming for Baja. Sassy and Claudine jamming for Arizona. Pony at the front of the pack with just Kalaka to beat. And she is your lead jammer for Baja. Sassini and Claudine getting hit to the inside, recycled back just a little bit. Claudine has taken off the helmet cover. 4 points though for Pony as she sneaks through the pack almost untouched. Each team with 1 blocker in the box right now. We're playing 3-on-3 roller derby. Pony getting hit to the outside and with a smile on her face calls it off from the floor.
Nearly doing the splits too. Thankfully, you know, we all play roller derby, so we're flexible, so that's
definitely,
no
yeah.
problem.
I'm seeing a lot of very sturdy jammers that just bounce.
Seven points picked up by Baja in that jam, bringing Baja above the 100-point mark. Baja now at 102 points, Arizona at 122. We've got an official timeout. Ref's gonna discuss.
If you want to join Arizona Roller Derby, our next new member orientation is Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m. I believe that's 7/7 at 7 at the AZRD warehouse at 32nd Street and Weird. You can check our Facebook for more information. You don't have to know how to skate. You don't have to know how to play roller derby. We will teach you. We also would invite you to join even if you're not sure if you want to be a skater. Maybe you want to be an NSO or a ref. We will also train you how to do those positions as well. Maybe you want to announce. I can teach you. Definitely check us out. New member orientation, Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m.
Definitely, if you've ever thought of announcing, don't be shy because it's something you can learn quickly. Ravelin will teach you, help you out every step of the way, and we really appreciate our volunteers, and we need folks to come and help with positions like officiating and announcing. So if you want to get involved with roller derby but hitting people isn't your thing, definitely don't be shy. Come talk to us.
This is one of the low contact positions in roller derby. I just make contact with the microphone.
We're far away from the action, but close enough to see what's going on and tell you about it. We've got Helga Hufflepunk jamming for Arizona with Brown Sugar for Baja. Brown Sugar at the front of the pack, just making that lead jammer position.
Brown Sugar looking calm, cool, and collected as she got through the pack. Didn't even bring a sweat. Helga Hufflepunk getting a lot of resistance at the front of the pack with that tripod from Baja. Getting recycled back to the pivot line. Brown Sugar sneaking around on the outside. Getting a little bit of friction from Violet Assaults and Chelsea Winkle, but gets 4 more points for Baja.
Punk out of the pack now also. About a half track behind Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar coming to try to pick up some points and close that gap down and bring Baja back into a higher point position.
I think what Baja is going to do is if they can just chip away, it looks like that was a 6-point jam. If they can just keep Arizona scoreless for a while, they'll get right back into contention here. This is still a super close game, especially in roller derby.
13 minutes remaining in our final game. Baja at 108, Arizona at 122. Frida for Arizona and Sandrine for Baja. Sandrine finding an opening on the inside. Sandrine is your lead jammer for Baja. Frida now out of the pack as well. Arizona doing a great job springing their jammer loose to put the pressure on. Sandrine trying to pick up some points. Strong Arizona defense played in the back.
Sandrine getting hit to the inside, not sure who she needs to come in behind, takes herself back to turn 2, smart move.
Frida, on the other hand, getting called on a track cut penalty and sent to the penalty box, making this a power jam for Baja with Sandrine. Trying to get as many points as possible, making it past the last blocker there and calling that jam off.
Able to shake off a hit from our Colts. That is not an easy thing to do. We've definitely seen that shoulder take out other skaters as well.
And you can see the relief and feeling of accomplishment on Sandrane's face. When she called that jam off, she was like, oh, I made it by. It's a good feeling, no doubt.
And Arizona is calling an official review. If you are new to the stream, an official review is when a team decides that, or would like the refs to take a look at either something that was called and they think it was called in the wrong manner, or maybe something that was not called that the team feels should have been called. And so it looks like Arizona's bench coach is explaining to the refs that, hey, we think this should have happened or didn't happen. And then the refs will discuss among themselves and then sort of render a verdict to the bench coaches from both teams. Quick score check, Arizona in the lead with 123. Baja not too far behind with 112. And we have exactly 12 minutes left in the half. So a little bit of fun fact here, Arizona is ranked 19th in the world. That is the league ranking, not necessarily the B team ranking. And Baja, when I was researching their rank, they are a newly accredited WIFTDA league. So they just got through their apprenticeship and are too young to be officially ranked. However, they are ranked by the Mexican Association of Roller Derby as number 3 in the country of Mexico. So they are extremely highly ranked in their home country. And as you can see, they are putting up a heck of a fight here at Cactus Cup. And we are so happy to welcome them here to play with us. So we have our official review coming back. And we will let you know what our friendly referee friend says so that we can keep going with our game.
So Arizona looking for a back block call. The no call will stand, and Arizona loses their official review.
All right.
So we are back to the action with 12 minutes remaining in the half. Frida jamming for Arizona and Pony for Baja.
All right.
I'm not sure if I don't think we've actually gotten started yet here.
There we go.
We're gonna take a moment. Rewind. Start that over. There we go.
Right.
Frida for Arizona, Pony for Baja. Pony out on the outside. Already lead jammer before we've hardly started this jam.
Yeah, this is a power jam in favor of Baja. So Baja really looking to close this gap in the score. If anybody can do it, Pony can. She has been an extremely strong and agile jammer this entire tournament. Baja able to sneak through on the outside. It looks like Don't Blink headed to the penalty box for Arizona. Frida looking for any gap in the Baja defense, finds it around the outside, gets hit and has to recycle back, doesn't want to get that cut track penalty. 4 points in the air for Pony. I believe a forearm call on Frida. She's gonna cool her heels in the penalty box for another 30 seconds. Right now we have a lead change, ladies and gentlemen. Baja with 124, Arizona with 123. Huge 13-point jam for Baja Roller Derby. 14-point jam for Baja Roller Derby. Score of 126 to Arizona's 123. 10.5 minutes left. Definitely a nail biter on this last game of the weekend.
Can't bite my nails anymore. I bit them all off for the last game.
Oh my gosh. I don't have any more edges of my seat to use.
Right. Brown sugar for Baja. Frida currently in the box for Arizona. We do have a power jam for Baja being skated by Brown Sugar. Currently Arizona holding down the power defense.
Brown Sugar trying to get that outside line. Basically taking each one of the Arizona blockers in turn. Getting recycled back by Kalaka. We have Corona Slammer headed to the box. We have Frida jamming for Arizona. Back on the track. Looks like we have no lead jammer at all. Oh, I take that back. Frida did start in the box, so she had the opportunity to acquire a lead jammer. She is possibly your lead jammer for Arizona. She has 4 points in the air currently. Nice little apex jump for Brown Sugar for her 4 points.
Frida receiving instruction from her bench to continue that jam, so comes on through for some more points and then calls that jam off.
All right, that was 7 points for Arizona, bringing us to a 2-point game. Arizona 130, Baja roller derby 132. About 8.5 minutes left in this final game.
Zero Fox for Arizona, Sandrine for Baja.
I don't think we've seen these two jammers meet up yet. Sandrine is a fairly new jammer to the rotation for Baja.
Zero Fox with some fancy footwork and some aggression makes it through to get that lead jammer status. Zero Fox is your lead jammer for Arizona. Sandrine still stuck behind Arizona's blockers. Zero Fox utilizing some of her teammates to try to find a gap here. Baja building a defensive structure and keeping Zero Fox in. We do see some Arizona blockers going in for offensive strikes. Not quite enough. Zero Fox forced to call that jam off before surrendering any points and widening the gap. We do have a lead change, folks.
My God,
133 Arizona, 132 Baja.
Another lead change. I will be taking a drink of throat coat tea, but drink your beverage of choice. Our contingent of Canberra skaters cheering their hearts out for Baja. We love it. Sassy Mean Claudine going up against Pony. Sassy Mean Claudine able to sneak through on the inside line. Pony getting hit out.
Pony nearly out of the pack there and taken to the outfield hard by an Arizona blocker. Couple final hip checks there that Pony's able to dodge, and Pony is now out of the pack as well. Sassy Mean with that lead jammer status, uses that ability in a good moment, calls it off.
Arizona is probably going to play this pretty close to the vest, I would assume. If they are lead jam, they're going to be really conservative if they can get their points. If not, still protect and make sure that Baja also is scoreless. With only 6.5 minutes left in this game, it's the way that they've got to go if they want to have any chance of pulling off that win.
No points scored in that last jam. Helga Hufflepunk to the line for Arizona, Brown Sugar for Baja. Lots of pushing, both jammers in close proximity.
Oh, both jammers neck and neck, but Helga Hufflepunk is the lead jammer. She emerges victorious. We are going to have a little bit
taking
of
Brown
a
Sugar
jammer
out in the
hit
turn.
Helga Hufflepunk never one to shy away from hitting another jammer. The pack moving incredibly quickly. Baja trying to protect their points at the front of the pack. Helga Hufflepunk gets her points and calls it off. I believe that is 3 points to Hufflepunk. This is a 4-point game, which is virtually unheard of in roller derby. The only thing that would be more amazing is if we somehow ended on a tie, in which case we'd have to have a tiebreaker jam, which is a whole other brand of insanity for roller derby. Frida jamming against Sandrine. Frida pushing through the front of the pack. Sandrine Headed to the penalty box for a cut track call. 30 seconds unopposed for Frida. She steps a toe out trying to evade a block, gets recycled back to the straightaway. Frida is not your lead jammer yet, has not emerged from the pack. And it looks like Frida was hit to the inside and got a cut track call as well. We're gonna have a full 2-minute jam.
The power jam pendulum swings to the other direction. We have our Baja jammer Sandrine sprung from the box. Sandrine is now on the track, ready to make a scoring attempt for Baja. Taken hard to the outfield by Don't Blink, and Sandrine is recycled back. Frida cooling her heels in the penalty box during this power jam for Baja.
Sandrine hitting Don't Blink and Ryan Colts, and Captain Jack at the front of the pack getting recycled back to the straightaway just a bit. Sandrine with some fancy footwork making it through the pack. I believe that was her initial, so no points yet on the board for either team. We have 25 seconds left in this this jam.
Lots of aggressive hits, lots of strong defense being played. Not a lot of progress.
Not a lot of progress at all. The blockers are at a virtual standstill with their respective opposite jammers. Oh my gosh, all of that work.
Struggle.
Did we get any points? 4 points for Baja. We have a tie game again, Derby fans. 136 to 136, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. All right, as the cheers go up from both sets of the crowd, Zero Fox jamming against Pony. Pony hit out by Kalaka on the outside of turn 2.
Pony trying to get that lead jammer status, nearly had it knocked out and being recycled back.
She is actually your lead jammer. She's just also got recycled. She's got the L in the air by her jam ref.
The Pony does have that status.
She still just has to get through again.
Neither jammer out of these strong, aggressive packs, just recycling endlessly.
Zero Fox at the front of the pack, but not able to get through. Looking for some offense by Chelsea Winkle. Both defenders from both defenders teams are just almost at a standstill against their respective opposite blockers here. Now, Zero Fox getting recycled back to the straightaway. Pony getting recycled back to the straightaway. A little bit of reverse derby happening.
Zero Fox going one-on-one with a Baja blocker in the front.
Zero Fox with 2 blockers to beat at turns 3 and 4. Pony is your lead jammer, and you know what? She just decides to call it. Nobody was getting anywhere.
With only a minute left in gameplay, calling that jam off and maybe allowing for a more advantageous position is a good decision. Tied game at the moment, folks. 136 Arizona, 136 Baja. No points in that previous jam. A lot of fighting, but no points. So we will see what happens in this next jam. Sassy Mean for Arizona, Brown Sugar for Baja.
Sassy Mean Claudine looking for a hole in the middle of the track. Brown Sugar getting recycled back a little bit. Sassy Mean Claudine, your lead jammer for Arizona. We have 20 seconds left on the period clock. But Sassy Mean Claudine does control the jam clock. She can call it whenever she likes. But currently we are still at a tie game.
Brown Sugar recycled to the back. Sassy Mean still fighting with a strong defensive structure in the front.
Brown Sugar getting recycled by our Colts at the back of the pack. Sassy Mean Claudine being told by her bench to call it. It looks like her jam ref is putting up 2 points. She was able to pass 2 of the Baja blockers before she got recycled. Unofficially, our score, Arizona B team 138, Baja Roller Derby 136. We're gonna make sure all of the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. All right, that is the rolling whistle. That is the end of our final game of Cactus Cup. Arizona Rising 138, Baja Roller Derby 136.
At the end of a long tournament hosted by Arizona Roller Derby, it seems fitting for an Arizona team to just barely snag that win. Fantastic job by every single team in this tournament. Thank you, big thank you to all of our officials, big thank you to all of our teams who came from out of state and out of country. Teams from Australia, teams from Mexico here representing and really fighting hard for their teams. Thank you all so much to coming to Arizona Roller Derby's first ever Cactus Cup.
Yes, thank you so much, Becca Recker, for announcing with me. Thank you all of our officials, our photographers, our EMTs. Have a wonderful evening. Drive safe getting home.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have some late breaking news. Our team MVPs, I'd love to announce them. For Canberra, Jammer, number 1261, Slinger. For Arizona, MVP blocker is Kalaka. MVP overall, Ham Wheezy. And our MVP official is Rock. If you won an MVP award, please head over to merch. So Canberra Jammer, Slinger, you are our tournament MVP Jammer. Please pick up your award at merch.
We're being told that Slinger is asleep and well deserved. Congratulations to all of our MVPs, everybody working hard this tournament. Thank you for coming. I'm Becca Recker. Ravelin's next to me cheering. We've all had a fantastic time with you guys this weekend. Have a great rest of your night.